how to create an effect like this in Photoshop. Now I'm using the beta release, so please download that. What you need to do is go to Layer and New and Layer, just create a layer for it, click OK, and then Edit and Fill. And I'm just going to fill it with black. You could of course fill it with other colours. Click OK. Parametric filters. Well, what you need, filter and parametric filters. So with this, you've got all these filters. Got a whole range of different options. There's thousands of new effects here. But what you need, snow filter. So just click that. Takes a few seconds to process. They're not the quickest of filters. Well, what you can then do is you can remove this. You don't need this anymore. And you notice then you've got a properties panel. So with the properties panel, you've got a range of options here. I'm just going to go with medium. And you've also got options here for snowstorm, snow and slow snow. But what you can do, you can also change these settings. And I'm just going to increase the speed. Now you'll push it up to 2. Notice what happens. Push it to 2, goes straight back to the middle, and now you can extend it even more. So you just push it up. Now, of course, that's going to be quite slow. What you need to do, you can just enter a value. And I would suggest something like 32. So 32. And as soon as you've done that, you see now, you get these lovely lines just dashing off in that direction. Now you can change the angle, so you can just change it here. So if you want, put it 141, maybe 134, that sort of value. And of course you can modify these other settings as well. Just try out some of these. So snowflake scale sort of makes it slightly brighter, actually, brightens it up. Also, I'm just going to go with that. You can also modify transparency and also transform. Really quite useful this as well, because you create some very interesting noise designs just by changing the repeat section down here. Maybe make it 3 or 4 and 4 or something, or make it very thin by just going for 5 or 6 and just keeping it as 1. Well, once you've done that, you can modify these other settings if you want. Bloom doesn't seem to have much of a change. If you just change it, very little effect. So I'm just going to keep it as 1. Okay, with that, you can see now, if you go over here to the layers panel, you've got all these options here. Smart filters, parametric filters, and also you've got the layer that you originally had. So this is created and copy. They always do that with parametric filters. So with that, you can now duplicate this one. So go to Layer and Duplicate Layer. So with that, you can see there, click OK. And then you get this panel pop up and you can see now you've got 2 entries. Well, you can change the setting for speed. Obviously, you can change it to whatever you want. I'm going to keep it at 32. But also you can change the angle. It's not particularly instinctive. Unfortunately, there's no sort of radial circular design for this. So you can just change it to maybe make it 49 so it goes in the other direction. Once you've done that, you can also go down and change some of the other settings if you wish. But I don't want that anymore, so I'm just going to move that over there. So with this, you've got layers now. You've got 2 layers. Well, you can blend them. Just go there, select that, go to normal, and instead of normal, you can run through, maybe go with darken, multiply, colour burn, linear burn, lighten, screen. You can just try out different ones. You can see you get a variety of different line designs. Maybe I'm going to go with that one, colour dodge. So colour dodge, with that, I can now combine it completely. So simply just go to layer and I can then flatten image. So flatten image, with that, I can then go over here and go to image and autotone. And you get that result. Lovely linear design. You can see now you've got this spotted design in, obviously, you can create many variations of that by just changing subtle values, maybe increasing the speed, maybe make it 60 odd, or maybe change the angle so it goes up and down and obviously left to right. But also what you can do, once you've got this, of course, you can then apply other filter effects. So go to filter and you can go down here to stylize and oil paint. So oil paint there. In oil paint, what you can do, now you don't have to go for the max. Quite often I have that set in, but what you can do, you can make it sort of very nice and blurry just by setting about halfway. Likewise, cleanliness as well. Now you don't have to set the other things, but if you want, create sort of like a 3-dimensional effect to it, you can always go and set various shine options as well. Personally, generally I keep that off and click OK. Also, you can distort it as well. Obviously, a variety of different options there. You can always go to filter and go down to distort, and you can use maybe wave. So wave, you can then create a variety of them. Now I personally prefer to set that to 1, and then you can modify the wavelength and also amplitude, and also you can randomize, which is a great option. Just click there. So you can create literally millions of different designs from the same settings. So click OK, and you can see then you've got this nice wavy design. Or use filter and liquefy. So go down there to liquefy. In there, you can then drag this up there or that way and so on. Create all kinds of weird and wonderful distortions and click OK. And you get a result like that. One issue you might see when you're doing this, you think, well, it's great, produces a white and black, or slightly grey in this case, but you might not want that. You might want a nice colourful design. Well, how do you do that? Well, what you can do over here, you've got the layer and you've got smart filters. Well, what you can do, you can add adjustments. Just simply go here to image, make sure the layer is selected. Just go to adjustments and go down here. And there's a number of options, maybe hue and saturation. So hue and saturation. With that, you can click colorize. And straight away you can see you can move through there and you can maybe make a blue design or purple design. And you can change the saturation as well as the lightness. And then click OK. So you can do exactly the same as before. In this case, with this one selected, you can then simply go to layer and you can duplicate it. Well, click OK. Exactly the same as before. You can go here, make something it's selected, and you can just modify the setting. So go down here to angle and just change the angle. Maybe make it go that direction, just the same as previously when it was black and white. And now just move that out of the way. And you can again go here, hue and saturation. Simply just click that, double click it, not just click it, double click it. And then you can go up here and you can change the hue. So with that, click OK. This time, of course, I've created it as green. And now you can see you've got green and purple. Well, you can now blend again. Exactly the same as before. Just go here, normal, and you can run through and you can see maybe lighten screen. Now, sometimes some obviously are not going to be particularly great. But you can see as you run through it, you've got difference. And some obviously things like difference become more effective now. So difference, again, do exactly the same. You can go to layer and you can flatten the entire thing. So flatten image, then go over to image, maybe auto-tone, and you can see you've got this lovely, super colourful purple and green design. And you can do exactly the same as before. Go to filter and maybe go with liquefy. So just go down here to liquefy and then you can distort this design and tweak it in all kinds of ways and click OK. So you don't have to remain just a basic white and black design or white or whatever colour you have the layer. And of course this can be also applied if you're applying it with an image. Hope you found this tutorial of interest. Any questions about these filters, please let me know in the comments below. I'm running through a number of the filters over the next couple of weeks and I will go through the holographic one, the oil paint one, pattern, pixelate and many others. And they can be combined in multiple different ways. They're a really powerful new filter set from Photoshop. Again, it is in the beta thing, so long as you get the beta, you should be able to download it. It's a public beta which you can download. Hopefully at some point it does turn up in the actual final release. That would be brilliant. Please subscribe also to the channel, always adding new videos about Affinity Photo as well as Photoshop and many others. Bye.